Hello, hello, hello. This is your message from the universe for January 3rd, 2020. This is the rune Raido. Now, Raido is the rune for communication, but in this reading, it is reversed. And it's interesting because this reading is almost a continuation of yesterday's, where we talked about people in your life and the role that they play and keeping them around or not keeping them around. And this reading kind of doubles down on that, speaking about the communication in your life and kind of expecting it to go a little bit sideways, but sideways in a way where that disruption is good for you. Sideways where it kind of pushes you into the next level up because of what happens with the people around you. And it is up to us to handle our reaction to them. It is up to us to handle our reaction to those people in our lives by not overreacting and being overly emotional, and by not going cold and shutting ourselves down. See, this reading kind of speaks to that space where we change how we react to the people in our lives. We have this double Ace of Wands here, and it's speaking about the changes in our lives and actually taking the step. That Raido kind of says the universe is going to push you towards this a little bit. We have this Six of Wands reverse. Six of Wands is like the victory card. When it's reversed, it's about private victories. It's about changes that you make within yourself that you're not telling everyone for them to applaud for you. So for me, combined with that Raido, this private victory is not necessarily you kicking people out of your life, because we can't just go around kicking everyone out of our life. That was a very big trend back few months ago, maybe a year ago, within the last year or two, about toxic people and cutting toxic people out of your life and cutting negative people out of your life. I think that's a big mistake. Of course, some people, yes, you do need to not have anything to do with them anymore. But we also need to learn from them first. We need to recognize what it is they're telling us. And sometimes it's a clue to our own spaces that need healing. Sometimes it's a clue to the spaces within us that need a little bit of help because we aren't expressing those emotions in a healthy way or in a useful way, and we're still using them to protect ourselves. We're still shutting down our emotions in some places and over amping them in other places. We have to shift how we interact with the people in our lives. The reactions that we have to what they say and what they do are more important than what they say and what they do. And that may seem crazy to us because you might be like, well, they called me this, or they told me I was this, or they, cursed at me, yelled at me, said something mean to me, hurt my feelings. None of that has anything to do with you. All of it has to do with them and what they're going through. Now, does that mean that when other people say to us is never applicable to us? No, not at all. We do have to take in the things that other people say and look at it with a discerning eye, with an objective viewpoint, rather than react from our emotional pain. Because if they're saying something to us that hurts, it's connected to something in our past that still hurts. Because we are taking it personally when they criticize us or hurt us or are mean to us. We're taking it personally. But it is time for us to be the ones to change, because you can't make the people in your life change. You can't tell them how to act towards you. You can't force them to change. You can ask them nicely. You can ask them mean. You can scream and yell at them, but that does not mean they're going to change. The only thing that you can change is you. And changing how you react to those people in your life is going to change them too, whether they want to or not. Because if you change how you react, then they're not going to get the same input back, because they're doing what they're doing to get a response from you as well that they probably don't understand either. They're playing out some sort of emotional issue in their own minds when they do this to you, and they probably don't even realize that they're doing it. So how you receive it shifts how it fits into their emotional makeup. And so if they need you to argue back because that's part of their cycle and you don't argue back, or you say nothing back, or you just smile and laugh it off, now they don't have the rest of their little cycle or their little script to play out. And so now they have to change. Sometimes that means they fall off. Sometimes that means they're no longer involved in your lives anymore. But it is through our own change, our personal change of our reactions and our emotions that we start to shift the things in our lives. It's not easy, but I know that you guys can do it. You are beloved, you matter, and you are so loved.